Let's talk about how to assess reading difficulties. Assessment is an essential element of education used to inform instruction. Wren, 2004. The first step in implementing good reading instruction is to determine student baseline performance. These assessments provide teachers with the information needed to develop appropriate lessons and improve instruction for all students, including students with disabilities. Rhodes and Shanklin, 1993. There are various ways to gather assessment data. Rhodes and Shanklin, 1993. Teachers can test students, analyze student work samples, observe students performing literacy tasks. Letter knowledge, the ability to associate sounds with letters. One example of an assessment for letter knowledge is to present a student with a list of letters and ask the student to name each letter. Another example is to have a student separate the letters from a pile of letters, numbers, and symbols. Students can also be asked to separate and categorize letters by uppercase and lowercase. Torgerson, 1998, Wren, 2004. Phonemic awareness, the ability to hear and manipulate sounds in words. These assessments examine a student's knowledge of how sounds make words. A student can be asked to break spoken words into parts, or to blend spoken parts of a word into one word. Additionally, a student can count the number of phonemes in a word to demonstrate understanding, or a student can delete or add a phoneme to make a new word. Torgerson, 1998, Wren, 2004. Decoding, the process of using letter-sound correspondences to recognize words. An assessment that examines a student's decoding skills looks at a child's reading accuracy. One example of this type of measure is to have a student read a passage of text as clearly and correctly as possible. The teacher records any mistakes that the student makes and analyzes them to determine what instruction is needed. Another example of an assessment of decoding skills is to present a student with isolated words and ask them to read each word aloud. Wren, 2004. Fluency, the automatic ability to read words in connected text. The most common example of an assessment for fluency is to ask a student to read a passage aloud for 1 minute. Words that are skipped or pronounced incorrectly are not counted. The number of correct words read is counted, and this total equals a student's oral reading fluency rate. Reading comprehension, the process of understanding the meaning of text. There are many types of reading comprehension assessments. One type involves a student reading a passage that is at an appropriate level for the student, and then having the student answer factual questions about the text. A second type involves a student answering inferential questions about implied information in the text. A third type involves a student filling in missing words from a passage. A fourth type is to have a student retell the story in their own words. Fuchs and Fuchs, 1992, Wren, 2004. Thank you for listening. The end.